So there are two types of iPhone users when they set up their iPhone for the very first time. So there's the one that goes directly to the App Store and downloads Chrome as their default choice for their browser on the iPhone. And then there's the one that keeps Safari as their choice for their browser on the iPhone. So in this video, I want to share with you some cool tips and tricks so that you can get the most out of Safari on the iPhone in 2022. So let's start. So the very first feature on Safari is reading list. So just how the name implies, reading list is a cool feature that allows you to save any types of articles that you are reading in Safari and save them as a reading list for a later time. So instead of having to download a third-party read it later application, you could use Safari as a read it later application as well with read it later. And it's just a really nice way, of course, to save your articles. Maybe if you're doing a research paper or you just want to save that article for a later time to read at a much more relaxed place, then read a list is a great way just to save your articles for a later time. And it's just an easy way to access the feature as well right on Safari. Extensions on Safari were recently introduced in iOS 15 and have changed the way how a lot of users use Safari. So extensions give Safari users a much more powerful tool to really enjoy using Safari on the iPhone. So there are a ton of great free extensions that you can go and download in the App Store. And some of my favorite ones, of course, are the ones that allow you to read maybe some websites that don't support dark mode and will force it to go into dark mode, or to stop tracking as well, or to watch YouTube videos without having to watch any ads on any YouTube videos. So there's a ton of great Safari extensions out there, and if you haven't seen a lot of my videos about Safari extensions, then I highly recommend you check the one in the link below. So favorites on Safari are a great way to save your favorite websites on Safari. So instead of having to write every single time the address site of the website that you want to go to, you can save it into your favorites. And so every time you open Safari into the home page, it will be right there, the websites that you really enjoy going to go and check out. So it's just a great way to save you time instead of having to type it out, the website, or maybe you just don't remember. Sometimes you forget the site's address. So it will always be in your favorite section, your favorite websites that you have saved. And they're just a great way, of course, like I said, if you're doing a research paper or something and you need to go back to that website and you just want to have it in your favorites, then that's another way that you can actually save your websites, and another reason to save your sites as well in your favorite sections in Safari. So sharing articles in Safari is actually very simple. So just like a lot of other apps on the iPhone, you pretty much have to tap on the share icon, and then it will pop out different ways that you can share the site that you want to share with other people. So you can share them with friends or close family, or you can share them on social sites as well, so like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. So there's different ways that you can share your favorite websites with your friends and family, and of course on your social media platforms. And this just is a small little powerful tool that maybe a lot of people don't know because of the share extension and how awesome it is because of all the things that you can do with it. Because you don't only have to share it, of course, with your friends and family, but you can share it in between apps. So if you're writing a paper or something, you can save it on your Notes app or on another third-party apps that you're using to write, maybe for schoolwork. Then you can always add it. You can add it as a link source, and so that you can always come back to the site. So that's another great way to share your articles. Of course, if you're doing a paper, you're researching, or like me, if you're making YouTube videos, then that's how I use it. Is I just share it. If I find a site that I want to link back to, then I'll add it to my Notes app so that I know and I can go back to that to find the information that I need to look for. So one of the cool features that a lot of people don't know in Safari is that you can actually add your favorite websites onto your home screen. So if you're like me and you like reading a ton of blogs or something, then you can actually save your favorite blog onto your home screen. And what this does, it will create an icon automatically. You don't have to do anything behind the scenes, and you can just tap on the icon and it will open to your favorite site that you have saved. For example, of course, I have the Ali Abdal blog saved to it. So every time I tap it, it will take me directly to his blog so that I can check it out and see any new articles that he has written on his blog site. So this of course just saves me time instead of having to open Safari and then type out the address of his blog. I could just tap on the home screen as a way just to quickly access his blog without having to waste any time. So one of the biggest new features in Safari in iOS 15 is the customization that you could do in Safari. So Apple gives you the opportunity to customize your Safari experience. So you get to show on your main home screen, you get to share, of course, what you want to see. So you want to add your favorites, you can also add your favorite links as well. You can add as well your privacy tools. You can even change the wallpaper on Safari on your main homepage. So Apple gives you a decent amount of customization that you can do in Safari to customize it with the type of information that you want to see and be provided as well. So I just like how Apple, even though Apple is not known to give a lot of customization and freedom, I just like how Apple gave you that little option right there in Safari to customize it to depend on what type of sites or what you want to see, or if you want Siri to suggest you anything, then you could choose what you want to see and what you don't want to see on Safari. So of course Apple is known for privacy, and that's no different on Safari. So Apple gives you the option on Safari to actually block a lot of cookies or ad blockers as well that want to track you. And what I like about Safari is that you can actually see your privacy report. So it will show you how many sites it has blocked from tracking you, so that you're not being tracked or anything, or you're not being shown ads on iOS. So this is a really cool feature, of course, to show what type of sites are trying to track you and how many times Safari has blocked those trackers from getting any type of information, so that it doesn't have to show you the type of ads when you're browsing on Safari. So reader mode is probably one of my favorite features on Safari. Of course, it supports dark mode and light mode in Safari, but it also supports a reader mode where if you're going to bed, it will change it to like an orangey color, which is meant for your eyes to not really get that blue light right before bed, which of course can affect sometimes your sleep. And what I also like about the Safari, can also change the font as well depending on the size and everything, so that you have a better experience reading articles on Safari. So that's pretty much it for all the tips and tricks that you could do in Safari in 2022 in iOS 15. So that's pretty much it for all the tips and tricks for Safari in iOS 15 in 2022. Now, if you enjoyed this video, it would be really great if you want to give this video a thumbs up, so that it will help in the YouTube algorithm as well. So that's pretty much it for the video, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.